Good evening, and welcome to the 98th Annual Meeting of the Ideal Credit Union Membership. I'm Peter Olsen, your Ideal Credit Union Board Chairman. I'd like to thank all of our members for attending this evening. Now I'd like to formally call this meeting to order. If this is your first Ideal Credit Union annual meeting, as a member and owner, we are pleased to have you join your credit union's annual meeting. And if you attend every year, thank you for being a loyal and dedicated member of Ideal. I want to give everyone a preview of what's ahead for our time together. We have a number of formal agenda items, including the formal report from the Board of Directors and a report from Ideal Credit Union and President and CEO, Brian Sherrick. During the course of this meeting, you will be periodically be presented with poll questions for member participation and action to be taken on various times. So keep an eye out in the chat for that. Thank you in advance for your participation. And now I'd like to call on Chris Volkers, Ideal Credit Union Secretary of the Board.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to report that there are more than 99 members registered and present, which establishes a quorum according to the Ideal Credit Union bylaws. This is a legal meeting, and I certify that notice was sent to all members at the time and date of the meeting, for the time and the date of the meeting as prescribed by the bylaws. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. I'd like to call your attention to the rules of order and remind everyone that these rules are in effect throughout the business meeting. These rules can be found on the annual meeting page on the credit union's website at idealcu.com/am. Can I get a motion to adopt these rules?
Mr. Chairman, I motion.
I heard a motion and a second. So members will now be presented a poll question in the chat at this time, and we'll just have a short pause while we collect all the membership poll votes. All right, you guys are fast. The poll has been collected and the motion is approved. Our next order of business is the reading and approval of the minutes from our last annual meeting. I again welcome a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes and to accept the minutes as presented.
Mr. Chairman, I motion.
Thank you.
I second.
All right. Again, we have a motion and a second. So members will now be presented a second poll question in the chat at this time, and we'll have just a short pause while we collect all the membership votes again. All right, you guys again are fast. The poll has been collected and the motion is approved. And finally, I'd also accept a motion to dispense with the reading of all the reports that are included in the annual report. And all members can find these reports on the annual meeting page on the credit union's website. Is there a motion and a second?
Mr. Chairman, I motion.
I second.
Excellent. There's a motion and a second. So once again, in the chat, members will now be presented a final poll question, and we'll just have a short pause while we collect all the membership votes. All right, it's almost like you guys want to just jump past this stuff. You guys are really fast. The poll has been collected and the motion is approved. Thank you, everyone. As your board leadership, we're responsible for ensuring the finances of the credit union are managed properly. We monitor and approve the budget and provide oversight for all of Ideal Credit Union's policies and practices. Our goal is to ensure focus on meeting the needs of our member owners. We're pleased to report Ideal Credit Union is very stable, solid, and sound. Our credit union experienced another successful year in 2023. The credit union's full annual report on financials is available online at idealcu.com. Giving back is also an important part of the role credit unions play in the community, and I'm pleased to share your credit union made a great impact again in 2023. In 2023, the Ideal Credit Union Community Foundation donated over $21,000 to local causes, and our employee casual for a cause donations averaged $1,500 a quarter. Those donations were awarded to organizations selected by an employee committee based on the work they do to make a positive impact in the community. Ideal's annual community appreciation event also was pleased to award $8,100 in cash and prizes. And the Community Appreciation Event supports local food shelves, making an impact in the communities we serve. Attendees bring non-perishable food items and/or gently used clothing that is donated. Ideal donated $500 to the following community organizations as part of the celebration: the Hugo Good Neighbors Food Shelf, Neighbors Inc. in St. Paul, the Open Door in Eagan, North St. Paul Area Food Shelf, Open Cupboard in Woodbury, and Valley Outreach in Stillwater. Great work to all those involved in our community outreach efforts in 2023. Serving our membership takes leadership, and we invite Ideal members to consider serving on the Board of Directors or Supervisory Committee. Members are encouraged to nominate themselves for consideration, and all board candidates are reviewed by the nominating committee, and the board slate is announced every year during the annual meeting. To learn more about serving on the board or the supervisory committee, please visit idealcu.com/board or reach out to any board member. Finally, on behalf of the board, staff, and membership, I'd like to share our congratulations to our President and CEO, Brian Sherrick. In January, Brian officially marked 40 years of service at Ideal Credit Union. Brian's visionary leadership has cultivated a vibrant and award-winning credit union, delivering on its purpose to serve members. Brian truly puts the people helping people philosophy in action every day with his commitment to our credit union members. And I'm really proud to be part of a credit union with authentic, dedicated leadership like we all have with Brian. We look forward to continuing to celebrate his great milestone year. Congratulations and thank you, Brian. And now I'm honored to turn it over to the man himself and introduce Ideal Credit Union's President and CEO, Brian Sherrick. Take it away, Brian.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for those kind words. And I too would like to welcome to the 98th annual meeting of Ideal Credit Union members. As we near a century in service to our members, Ideal Credit Union is proud to be the oldest credit union in Minnesota. Ideal's legacy of serving members is rooted in the value of people helping people. The intentional ways we have grown our credit union ensures our strong foundation while allowing us to invest, serve, and innovate for the future. As a member-owned financial institution, your money is more than a series of transactions. It's an investment in a relationship and ownership in Ideal Credit Union. Live the Ideal Life is an authentic expression of our commitment and focus on our members. We're here to listen, to provide the products, services, and expertise you need to achieve the financial goals important in your life. Thank you for your continued membership. We treasure the opportunity to help you live your ideal life. I always say we may not be the biggest, but we strive to always be the best credit union in Minnesota. And I am proud Ideal Credit Union continues to be recognized as the best by our members, employees, and the industry. In 2023, Forbes officially called us the best credit union in Minnesota, ranking Ideal Credit Union #1 in Minnesota in the Forbes Best in State rankings. The Minneapolis-St. Paul Business Journal called us the best also, naming Ideal Credit Union a 2023 Best Place to Work. And Bauer Financial awarded Ideal Credit Union a 5-star rating, which indicates we are among the strongest credit unions in the nation. Ideal's financial results show we're in a strong position among the top credit unions in Minnesota, exceeding many of the key performance indicators. In 2023, Ideal Credit Union grew to $1 billion in assets, and our financial position is solid with a net worth of 10.37%, which is well above the 7% regulators define as well capitalized. Together, we achieved a net income exceeding $5.5 million. Our loan balances ended at $822 million, and our mortgage servicing exceeded $161 million. Asset quality continues to be strong with loan delinquency at 1.22%, and our loan-to-share ratio is at 96.8%, a ratio that I am very proud of. Deposits grew at $849 million, and our Ideal Wealth Advisors now has over $167 million in assets under management, I encourage you to reach out to Craig or Kristen if you're interested in this service. And our membership now exceeds 50,000 members strong. In 2023, Ideal made strategic investments in the products and services that are focused on meeting the ongoing needs of our members. We introduced a new high-yield savings account. We offered competitive CD rates to drive investment opportunities for members while driving necessary deposit growth, which funds our lending. When we take these deposits in, we lend them out to our members, ensuring our loans are staying locally. Ideal has been approved and will provide SBA loans to our member businesses now. The 7A program provides short and long-term loans for up to $5 million at competitive interest rates to aid small businesses to grow and thrive. Innovating for the Ideal life allowed us to introduce you to IDA. IDA is the Ideal Digital Assistant, which is launched in 2023 in both the chat bubble and on the phones. IDA is an artificial intelligence tool that allows members to seamlessly ask questions, conduct routine business transactions, and engage with Ideal 24/7. Today, IDA can answer a variety of questions and enable seamless assistance, providing balance information, completing transactions, and making loan payments. IDA's capabilities will continue to grow, offering you a high level of service where you need it and when you need it. At this time, I'd like to thank our board and supervisory committee members for their contributions in 2023. As volunteers, they did a terrific job of representing the membership. I'd also like to extend my gratitude to all the team members at Ideal Credit Union. In particular, I would like to acknowledge Denise Erickson for her work in the information systems area, Scott Ford for his contribution to our lending area, and our CFO, Dennis Bauer, an employee I have had the pleasure of working with for 32 years and witnessed his enormous contribution in ensuring Ideal is one of the most financially sound credit unions in the country. All three of these long-tenured employees will be giving way to the pension and will start enjoying their pension later this year. At Ideal, we're in the business of change. A lot has changed since I started at this credit union 40 years ago. I truly came for a job while attending the University of Minnesota, St. Thomas, and I stayed for a career. A really incredible opportunity to serve our members. As I mark 40 years with Ideal Credit Union in 2024, while change is everywhere, what remains constant is the dedication we all share in building a strong community through financial empowerment. I will be sharing more reflections and thanks throughout the year as I mark this milestone with you, and we all work on continuing to be the best credit union in Minnesota. Thank you, and back to our board chairman, Peter Olsen.
Thank you, Brian. The next item on our agenda is new business and unfinished business. But hey, look, we don't have any of those things. So let's move on to the elections. All nominations for the board of directors were to have been received by February 1st, 2024. The nominating committee reviewed all letters of intent and selected the following two candidates to fill the available 3-year terms, Lou Lambert and Jim Mosner. Because there were 2 open seats and 2 applications, there will be no board elections at this year's annual meeting. And now, for the highlight of the evening, I'm going to butcher how to pronounce some people's names. The door prize drawings. We will select a total of 17 winners tonight, including 2 $500 grand prize winners who will be announced at the end. If I do butcher your name, I apologize, but don't worry about it. Ideal's marketing department will be contacting the winners on Friday via email with instructions for claiming your prizes, so please watch for that tomorrow. The $500 winners are Dawn Mueller, Robert Vance, Christine Perry, Charlene Jacka, Carissa Hammer-Riccio, Alexis Myers, Jackie Plunkett, Dave Schwartz, Mary White, Joanne Heimel, Sandra Veal, Bonnie Spiesiak, Jordan Johnson, Teresa Baster, and Wendy Schusler. Again, I apologize, everybody. And finally, it's time for the announce the winner of the $500 grand prizes. The two lucky winners are Craig Morrison and Michael T. Milong. Again, congratulations, and don't worry, Ideal's marketing department will be contacting the winners on Friday via email with instructions for claiming your prize. So please watch out for that tomorrow. Before we adjourn, I would like to invite you to complete a brief survey about your experience tonight. Please watch your email to complete the survey because your feedback will be helpful as we plan for future annual meeting webinars. Thank you in advance for your input. And again, thank you all for attending and being a member of Ideal Credit Union. Have a good night.